Hey everyone, this is the Sunbro, and today I'm going to be giving you some Dark Souls 2 information. This is based on the pre-beta tests. Please excuse me, I have a bit of a cold, so if you hear me clearing my throat or anything. First off, the game looks like it's actually going to be harder. A lot of people thought that the company was going to go more mainstream, reach a wider audience, but that doesn't look like it's going to be the case. I know a lot of people wanted an easy mode in the last game. Looks like it's going to be the opposite. I'm pretty happy about that, and I know most of the hardcore fans of the game are going to be happy about that, because the game is about difficulty, so if they took that away, it really wouldn't work out too well. There are classes in the game. I know a lot of people were worried about that there was just going to be one main hero. There isn't. There are classes in the game. The interviews were pretty misleading about that, so I'm glad that we finally know there's going to be classes in the game. The movement speed, like the way you walk, roll, is different. It's possibly based on your stats, but it could also be based on your class. The person who gave me this information when they were playing, they took off their armor and their roll speed didn't change, so it doesn't look like gear affects how fast you move anymore. Attunement affects your casting speed now, so it's possible that dexterity might affect your movement speed, so you might just have to up dex in order to get the faster rolls, or this could just be something because of the pre-beta that they just haven't changed. I'm not sure. Enemies look like they are going to be more aggressive, which is another way that the game is harder. It seems like there's going to be more packs of enemies, different groups, like you could have archers mixed with guys that are going to be close in. Humanity has also changed. It's going to be kind of like Demon Souls, as in where you aren't in your human form, you're going to have less HP. You can also be invaded now, regardless of which form you're in, human or hollow. So you're never safe as long as you're online. You have to go offline if you don't want to get invaded. Restoring your humanity is going to be done through something called a human effigy. I'm not sure what that is, and neither was he, really. So if I find out anything more on that, I will let you know. But on the note of invasions and that whole thing, covenants are going to play a big part of multiplayer. There are also dedicated servers now, which is nice, hopefully, because of this whole always being able to get invaded thing. They'll be able to monitor this time. There were a lot of people cheating in the last game, so if that happened, then that might ruin the game, because if you're going to play online and can always get invaded, if there are people that have infinite health, then you can't play online at all. Covenants will be able to help with that situation now, though. There are going to be covenants for players who want to summon others. There's going to be covenants for players who want to get summoned by others. And there's going to be like a Dark Wraith-esque covenant for invaders. It also looks like there's going to be other covenants, ones that don't have to be online or have anything special to do online. The covenants that have to deal with summoning other players, how that works is when someone invades you, then someone that is in the covenant that they want to get summoned, when you get invaded, it will summon them automatically. They might have to be wearing some sort of item, I'm not sure, but they'll get summoned to you to help with the invader. So if you do want to play online, but your guy is set up for PvE, or you're really just not that good at the game, then you can be in the Covenant where that happens. So when you get invaded, you'll get a summon, and it'll be 2-on-1. But but the invaders, they can still use enemies to their advantage, so it'll just help for the players in general. And for the Covenant where you're getting summoned, that's really all it is for them, is that you'll just be running around your game, someone else gets invaded, then you get pulled into their game. The reason I think there's probably an item or something is because if you want to do something and you don't feel like helping others that day or something, then you got to be able to turn that off, because if it happens constantly, then people aren't going to want to be in that particular Covenant. And you can probably turn off the getting summoned to you, because people might be in that Covenant but sometimes don't want help. But I'm not sure on any of that. Some of that's just speculation right now, so we'll see that later. But on the note of summoning, for the regular way to do it, which is white sign soapstones, there are also going to be small white sign soapstones, and that is based on the amount of time that the summon stays. And yeah, that means that there's a time limit now. The white sign soapstone is going to give more time for the summon than a small white sign soapstone. I'm not sure how long each of the summon last, or how big of the time difference from one stone to another. The time depletes faster for the White Phantom when they kill enemies, so you can't just, as the summoner, bring a bunch of guys into your game and then have them just run through the whole level for you, killing everything, because they will get sent back pretty quick. So a way around that I can think of, because I know most people like to run around with phantoms in their game, is to have the phantoms weaken the enemy for you and then have the host go in for the kill. I see what they were trying to do with this, though, so I'm not sure if that loophole will actually exist, but what they're really trying to do is just, again, to make the game harder, and so people can't just run in and you have all these disposable guys who can just run in. Doesn't matter if they die, because they didn't actually die, they just go back to where they were to get resummoned again. Something I want to mention, because it's pretty contested topic, back and forth, like in the Dark Souls community, is backstabs. From what the guy that I got the information from said, backstabs seem like they might be based on the weapon you're using, or they could be based on a stat. He said that there were a lot of bonuses possibly for each stat, like the casting speed bonus and attunement. So that might be good for the people who are online, and there's always people complaining of the backstab fishers, and as someone who plays this game a lot, I feel the same way. People who just circle you constantly fishing for the backstab so they can get a one-hit kill type of thing. That's just not a great way to play, in my opinion. It's really fun to actually have a good fight with someone that invades you, or when you invade them. If it's just who can circle faster, then it's just really annoying, and it's usually based on who has the worst lag. I guess in this case it'd be the best lag, because if you have more lag, then all of a sudden on the other guy's screen you'll be glitched behind them, and then you killed them already. So hopefully that's the case, that backstabbing is harder, especially for this new thing that they're doing where you can always get invaded, because if you're constantly getting invaded by people just fishing for the backstab, then everyone's going to play offline, and they're going to have to do some massive patch to change stuff. So we'll have to see how that works out. That's all the information I have for right now. I wish I had more to give you. There'll be more coming out from other sources, most likely once the beta actually comes out. I'm trying to get my hands on a beta key. If I do, I'll be playing that a lot, and I'll be able to give you guys more info. But if not, then I'll just kind of see what contacts I can get, like I did for this information, and get you guys the stuff that you're looking for about the game. And that's everything, so I I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any specific questions or something that you want to ask based on something I said that I was unclear about, then either send me a private message or leave a comment. If there's a lot of comments about the same thing, I might make another video. If I get more information, then I'll add that on if I do make another one. And if there's a private message, I'll just send you a reply to try to be more clear. Alright, so that's all. And you guys remember to praise the sun. Have a nice day.